Good day, Brutal Planet listeners. This is Eric Peterson joining you from Salt Lake City today. And today on the line, I have Tezzi from Infinite and Divine. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining you from my apartment here in Malmö, Sweden.
And that's in southern Sweden, so your weather is nicer than it is in the rest of Sweden?
Definitely. The sun is shining today, and I bet it's a lot warmer here than where I'm originally from in Sweden, so it's beautiful.
So you're wearing a tank top, shorts, and you're out on your deck, and it's nice.
Of course. I'm going to go out in bikini sunbathing after this.
Yes.
Probably freeze to death, but yeah, take the shot.
So your new album, Silver Lining, is set to release on April 9th via Frontier. Congratulations on your first two singles. They're doing very well on YouTube, I've seen.
Yeah, they are. Thank you. It's always a bit nerve-wracking doing this for the first time. No one knows who we are, and no one heard anything from us, but they have gotten received very, very well, and we're overwhelmed by the response from everyone. We're so happy about it.
Well, then the nice thing about not being known is that now people get to discover you and understand your passion for music. And I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about your passion for singing and how you got started.
Yeah, of course. I mean, singing has always been a big part of me. I mean, from early childhood years, I was probably, that annoying child who never shut up, just continued to sing and bugging everyone like, oh, please give us a break. But no, it's always been with me. And I started early, like in how do you say, in choirs?
Choirs.
That thing, yeah. And also attended like a special school where we had more musical education than normal schools. And it was basically with the choir singing. And from there, it kind of just went on. I continued after that in school with studying music, and I started, creating my own bands, writing. I started recording pretty early, like as a demo singer, and when I was 16.
So what was
writing and all of that?
What was some of your early influences to the music to get you where you are today?
When I first started, actually, the demo singing and writing, it was more like R&B stuff. Because that's what the person I was working with, that's basically what he had and was doing for the moment. And that's how I started. And I did that for a little while. And then I just felt like, nah, this is not what I want to do. So I was actually just going to tell him, like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to, we'll go separate ways from here. I don't want to do this. And he was like, yeah, well, I have some other, like, pop rock tracks if you want to. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Let's try that. So we kind of switched direction and went into that instead. And I think the biggest thing was actually my father coming home with a CD from, I don't know if you know them, but it was a girl for awesome women in Sweden, had a band called Drain, and they had an album, Freaks of Nature.
Okay.
So he came home when I was like, I think I was about 15, 16 there, 15 probably, and played it to me. And, for some reason, I just didn't have in my head that, okay, that's four really cool women playing really heavy music. This is awesome.
Yeah.
That was kind of the turning point. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to do that as well. And then I just dove right back into my father's vinyl collection and went through the Kiss and Queensryche and everything, realizing, well, I've heard this since I've been in diapers. So it was nothing new, really. So that's kind of what changed my direction into wanting to creating more heavier music, more hard rock, metal. And I kind of have my goal set on that. Like, that is what I want to do.
Nice. Because to me, when I hear your voice, to me, it reminds me a little bit of Janet Gardner from Vixen. And a little bit of a mix with Melissa Etheridge.
I'm not, I have to say, Melissa. No, I'm really bad with names. So the last one you'll have to.
Yeah, Melissa Etheridge. She's more of more of a poppy but bluesy singer.
Mm-hmm.
A very nice voice. I'm sure maybe if you heard her songs, you would recognize her. But definitely some Vixen in there. I mean, you've heard Vixen, correct?
Actually, I have. I should probably not be saying this, but I kind of missed out on Vixen as well until we released the first single, Infinite and Divine. And you started going through the comments on Frontier's YouTube channel where they published it, and there was so much references to Vixen.
Oh, really?
And I was sitting there like, who's Vixen? And I felt really stupid. It's like, who's Vixen? And of course I had to like check it out. I mean, they're awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad reference at all. I was like, yeah, I can deal with being compared to this. That's cool. So I probably making myself sound stupid saying I didn't know Vixen before this, but it's always good, to experience, discover for me new things. Because now I know Vixen.
Well, I mean, for me, I've obviously I grew up in the 80s, so that was one of the bands I listened to. And it's funny because when you said my dad brought home a CD, I went, oh, wow, that pretty much tells us a range of your age because your dad brought home a CD.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it wasn't a vinyl; it was an actual CD. But.
Yeah. So, how did the collaboration with you and John begin?
We met for the first time in 2019, like during summertime, I think. We met through mutual friends. And we met a couple of times. We were at watching gigs together with our friends playing and started hanging out a bit and get to talk. And I had like a small troubadour gig and he was there listening once as well. And he said like, well, I used to have this project. It's not going to happen, but I have a lot of tracks lying around and I just want to he said like, I don't like to leave it undone. I just want it like recorded and then I can move forward. So would you be interested in like trying a song? I was like, yeah, let's do that. And it turned out we live about 2 minutes away from each other.
Oh,
so I was like, okay, I'll go over to the neighbor, have a couple of some hard rock tunes.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I can deal with that. So we recorded 2 songs. Which were actually the 2 first singles now. Those were the 2 first songs we recorded, which feels kind of nice that those are the ones out there right now. But we tried it and we both really felt instantly like, this is pretty cool. We can do something out of this. Let's try some more. We recorded 2 more songs that he had. Already finished with lyrics and melody and everything, and then I got the rest of the tracks and started writing lyrics and tweaking melody and writing melody parts for the ones that didn't have anything. So it kind of just, it's a cliche, but it kind of just clicked, actually.
Yeah.
Both musically and on a personal level. It felt natural, comforting, and comfortable. I mean, so that was the beginning of the whole thing.
So you wrote most of the lyrics on the songs?
Yeah, all but 4 songs. 4 songs were pre-recorded were written already, and the rest are my lyrics. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then, because for me, like the song "I Feel Alive" just grabs you right out of the gate. I mean, it's just a perfect song to open things up with, and just grabs you. What did you have was that one already recorded, or was that was one that you wrote the lyrics for?
No, that was one already recorded.
Oh, okay.
That was the one of the 2 first songs I recorded to try out, see if this was going to work out between us. So that one was already written.
So
but I love it. I love the lyrics in that as well. It really, like I said, it speaks for itself somehow. It's powerful.
Exactly. Out of all the songs that you wrote, is there any songs that, I mean, I know they're probably all your baby, but is there any songs that have any more special meaning to you than, than another?
That's a tricky question, but I mean, I have a tendency to write for myself and from what I know and been through. It's kind of always been my, when you reach that boiling point, that has always been my way of like releasing pressure, just write it off. But I think probably there's this track called Not Too Late. I think that is pretty close to heart lyric-wise, actually.
Nice.
Being about, actually, it's just going through rough times can make you appear weak, can make things appear hopeless, but just not to judge someone too quickly. There's light within every darkness, and sometimes you just need someone to hear you out, basically.
Okay.
That's basically the message in that song, I guess.
The one song I need to ask you about, because I love the title, is Perplexed Perfection.
Yeah.
What's the meaning behind that one?
That one, I actually do like the lyrics in that, because I get kind of sick and tired with the whole, everything's supposed to be so goddamn perfect nowadays.
Yeah.
And I'm a perfectionist in what I do, but I still I still don't like perfection. That doesn't make sense. I know it, but everything's supposed to look so good. Everyone's super happy. No one's having a problem in the world. Everyone looks perfect. Everyone has the perfect life. And we all know that's not true.
Yes.
Because that is pretty goddamn impossible.
Yep.
But no matter what happens in your life, you put up a smiley face and a pretty picture on Instagram with a nice filter on it and saying like, I love everything. And then you go home and cuddle up in the couch and cry your eyes out.
Yeah.
So basically it's about that. This constant overachieving and constant pretend that everything is fine.
Well, and God forbid you go out with a baseball cap on and people say, "Oh, yuck, which looks like shit."
Oh yeah. Wait, you have a real face? You don't have a filter on right now? Oh my
Exactly.
God, how can you go out like this?
Exactly.
No, it's crazy. And it's a weird climate to live in with the whole social media climate and the whole. I get kind of tired of it. I actually took like a break from social media personally, almost altogether for almost 3 years, 2 years before kind of having to get into it again now with the CD, with the release and everything. It's kind of, you can't not be there.
Exactly.
Today.
Exactly.
But, now it's kind of, in a way fun again, because I've been away from it for so long, but there's this constant pressure somehow.
Yeah.
But I think being away from it for a while now, I go back into it with more like who cares? A bit like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect, because it's not, and I'll be the one standing up for it. Well, I'm not perfect, my life isn't perfect, but none of your lives are. So it's fine, it's okay.
I think the hard part about social media, and especially probably being in the position you're in, is you see comments and the majority of them are great, but there's one or two bad comments, and those are the ones that stick out to you.
Yeah, I must say, so far, I'm pretty lucky. I feel pretty lucky, because that was actually a thing I was a bit concerned about, like, how will I react to really shitty comments if they appear? So I was a wreck, basically, when the first single was about to be released. Like, okay, now in 20 minutes, it'll go public. 20 minutes. And I felt like sitting at home, almost shaking, preparing for, like, what if they hate it? What if there's heaps of bad comments? But that was not the case.
Good.
I must say we haven't, what I've seen, of course, there probably is out there, but what I've seen, there hasn't been any really, really bad, like no mean comments like that. It's been like people not liking it, and like, oh, it's generic, and that's fine, because that's just a personal view. It's just, well, critique without being personally mean. And that is totally fine. So I've been very lucky so far not receiving any really harsh, bad comments. But in a way, you just have to like realize that it's not a person you're gonna meet the next day. It's not a long-term friendship that crashed with this comment. It's one person's opinion, and some people like to be somehow gets fulfilled by being mean and putting other people down, and then just try to shake it off somehow. We'll see how I'll manage when I get there, but it's easy to say, but we'll see. Well,
I have to say, you're doing something right, because your first single has over 100,000 views on YouTube.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is actually crazy. That's far beyond any of our expectations, I have to say. When it got released, I was like, yeah, it would be cool if we could get like 1,000 of views. I don't know, it's new frontiers, so maybe like we can get 2,000-3,000 views would be cool. And then the first day it was like, okay, we have 5,000 views. Oh, next day we have 10,000. Oh, it's 15, 20, and it just kept rising, and it was so cool to see and unexpected, I have to say. So that's great. That's awesome. Just want to thank everyone who's been out there watching it.
Moving forward, do you guys have plans to release a third single before the album releases?
No. It won't be another single before it, because we're closing in now to the 9th of April.
We are.
It's not far away. It's crazy. So there won't be another single before that. So I'll have to just hold on and wait for the entire album to be released.
Yeah. I did see, tell me if I'm wrong, but I did see, were you guys able to play live?
No, not with this. Maybe you've seen on Facebook?
Yeah.
Or something? Yeah. No, actually, that's another project.
Oh, okay.
Another project that that's been put on hold. We were supposed to do like live gigs on cruises. It's a Kiss related project. It's called Reggae Kiss.
Okay.
So that's what we had. We had a live and recorded a stream yesterday with that, which is supposed to air in April.
Nice.
But doing this, we are kind of we started thinking about. I mean, with the whole COVID situation. I mean, we want to bring this to the stage. We want to be out and play. And right now it's impossible. And there's no saying when this will pass. So we have it in the back of our minds right now to try maybe to, it's not a bad idea to try to do some kind of scream, actually.
Yeah.
Just to prove that, well, I mean, initially we're writing the songs, and the main core of the project, it's me and Janne, but when we have a drummer, we have a bass player, we need to figure out keyboards or additional guitar player and things like that. But it would be really, really fun to actually just do this live.
Yeah.
And bring this to the stage. So we have our eyes on a place here in Malmö, which is really good to do that. To record it in, so well, we're making plans.
Good,
we're starting to make plans.
Because I mean, until this thing all is gone, we have to adapt. And I think a nice little, even if you did a couple acoustic songs and stuff, and you guys could do them on a live stream or something, people would love that.
Yeah, just to do something, because I mean, if we're supposed to wait until it's possible to be out and play. And then there's a lot of bands who wants to come out and play.
Exactly.
we will probably not be the top choice because we're brand new. And if we're supposed to wait, well, then the CD it's cold already.
Exactly.
I mean, the momentum is gone.
Yeah.
So we kind of need to do something.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as possible, and for our own sakes too. We really want to do this. We're so eager to do it.
I'm guessing. I mean, you've performed live, and so you want to get out there and get live because that's how you read the audience's reaction to what you've produced.
Yeah, exactly. I miss the interaction. I miss being on stage. I miss performing. I mean, it's been crazy. I just realized when we did the stream yesterday, that was the first time I was actually on stage with other musicians since December 2019.
Wow.
And I'm kind of used to performing, so it's a big part of your life that's just gone put on hold somehow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really miss it. I would be probably overhyped doing the first gig, like being everywhere.
Well, Tezzi, I appreciate your time. It's been amazing talking to you, and I'm going to encourage everybody to go pick up your guys' album, Infinite and Divine, Silver Lining, on April 9th via Frontiers, correct?
Yeah, via Frontiers, that's correct.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a great album. I love the keyboards in it too, by the way.
Yeah, I love it too.
So
thank you.
So everybody go pick it up, and we will talk to you soon, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you. I was glad to do it. Thank you for having me.